Hello, my name's Brian McMullen here, and I'm just about to put on a video dated Police Ombudsman 2018. First of all, I'd like to say, anybody else's names that's mentioned in these videos, I'm sorry. The Police Ombudsman have these. The police know about them. I have them for years, and I've been telling them I'll put them up. Now, they've had every opportunity to have these edited and give back to me with the beeps and the beeps and the beeps for the names and stuff. I'm not fucking great at this, but I'm severely pissed off. And I apologise for anybody else's names that's on them, but as I say, these are my life stories, things that's happening to me, my experiences that I've loved and dealt with. Right, and I also will say, yes, I reported this to to the Sunday World at the time I was in the Gateway, but at no point has the Sunday World offered me money. That came out with the Ombudsman in there that day, you know, under duress to try and get me do something about it. But it made them act on that too. But I would like to state that now that the Sunday World has never come at me about the story or money. I just said it with Ombudsman. But for anybody else, and the people that's annoying me, if your names are on it, too bad. You shouldn't have annoyed me. And I use other ones' names that's on it that might come up in this that hasn't annoyed me. I apologise now, but this is the way it is. I'm sitting here now that this has been going on from 2009. People annoying me. Charlie Ward, Kevin McCarry, Danny Watson, writing about me, all the rest. The Smileys write about me all over the internet. The UDAs write about me over the internet. But I put fucking videos up of Pinky Kelly and them. And I'm the one up at court. Now, it's called double standards. It's called fucking treachery. The police ombudsman also lied about Owen and Bridget, said the statements from that fucking prick Murphy that has failed to do all that fucking PSNI stuff and around Ballymoney and all that. You know. So at the end of the day, this isn't my fault, but it's going up. And if I go to jail, too bad. I'll do the time. I'm not taking it down, Your Honour. I'll never take it down, Your Honour. I'll not be lied about. I don't give a fuck how long you give me in jail. I don't care. You'd be better just taking me to the DA and letting them shoot me, Your Honour, than fucking silencing me with court orders and stuff. There's Chrissy Kelly down again, caught at the fucking house. The police won't take a statement off me about them two trying to jump me. But yet the other brother admitted threats to kill. So if he admitted threats to kill, then Chrissy obviously was down that night. That's threats to kill on the 1st. I have a fucking police ombudsman's report here to say that the death threat was delivered to me. So there's one death threat, Chrissy Kelly. Second death threat, Chrissy Kelly, was up at the fucking house the other day. When you waited long enough till your brother come up, the one that's already admitted harass and swerve, which should also be threats to kill. And if you boys think I'm giving this up, you can go fucking kiss the sunny side of my arse, you useless pricks. Now, I'm only starting, Pinky, yours is coming up soon, but yours is going to be a good one, mate. All my qualifications and all my work and everything's in it. And then it's going to add you in it about that, say, BCW. You know the way the CSR cards you fucked up, boy. Chrissy, mind you put all them names in your account? Mind you told me that over in that stag do, Chrissy Kelly. Sitting beside me drinking like a my arse. You're a fat, useless, ugly bastard is all you are. But wait, you hear this, kid. This is already upheld complaints, and I'm coming for you two boys. I'll fucking put the bullying out of you with me brain, boys. And then if you keep coming at me, I'll knock the fucking cunt out of both of you, even if I do jail for it. But I'll not have any court orders hung on me. Put it that way. Ha, wankers. So I'll go and do the month in jail of us in the Acro to have me wee cursor, wee handboy, and to have my presentation. And I'll do the fucking stuff in the jail as a prisoner, with the prisoners. And then come out and say, hey guys, you want to come train with me? BMM. I'm the cool kid in town. Them two boys are balloon heads. As you see, they're gab shite. If you wanted a real fight, boy, you give a boy a ring. You wouldn't be sneaking about two brothers. Do you see me landing anywhere with either brother of mine? Do you ever hear me mention them? But you two fat fucking useless bastards need each other, bum boys. How do you like that? You fucking roots. Huh? I love it.
You have some impressive view, don't you?
Sure couldn't be. I grew up in Ballymoney. You got a cup of tea or coffee, Ryan?
No, I'm alright, thanks. What's that little place down there on the...
That there was for Maconi sent the first radio signal across. It's like a wee Coast Guard station there. They used to be there for the ships and that going down by.
Yes.
It was supposed to be like more modern and stuff, do you know what I mean? They changed a lot of places.
Yeah.
So now it's just like a wee tourist place where people come. That was the first radio signal was sent across. I think that wee white building across there.
Yes.
So that's where they knew then they could send it across land and sea basically.
You really do get a sense of how close Scotland is, don't you?
And it's actually not that far. Where are we up? It's 17 miles, is it?
That's,
But you have a good sight there. There's nothing on the road. Do you know what I mean?
yes.
Oh, I love it. The peace and quiet down here. Like,
Oh,
it's
yes.
unreal. And then there's no phone signals. There's nothing, as you know, if you drive over that mountain. And that's why I get cross at the police coming down here. Because
Yeah.
there is no radio signal, there's no phone signal, so they have to notify a station before they come down here.
Yes.
So I know you're saying harassment has to be, you know what I mean?
Ah,
Are you
well.
down about that falling in the car?
Yes.
Right, that's alright before I'm back to the alarm. Now, I have other ones there.
Yeah.
Right. What does the ombudsman do? What do they look for? Patterns and trends?
We look at patterns and trends.
Right, could you explain that to me? Now, what is a pattern and a trend? How does this work? Because other officers tell me, now I've been complaining for 10 years.
Yeah.
Right, and some of my complaints about the police officers sitting down here staring up at my house, then once they go down there, they drive up and down by the house.
Yeah.
Now, I've put 16 cameras up around this house.
Yeah.
I've had death threats in the past. I've never had cameras at my house. And it's only since the police started annoying me down here, I've had to put up the cameras.
Yeah.
Now, since I put up the cameras, told them and told yous, they never go by my house. They drive
Yes.
up over the top road now.
Yes.
So that proves that now they're leaving the house alone. Right? So the last time I put in a complaint with them, then down here they told me, oh, have to be more than once, Brian. I put in another complaint, have to be more than twice, Brian. I put in another complaint, they told me it's irrelevant.
Yeah. The difficulty is, Brian, is with harassment. It's not really an organisation, so there's never really. The legislation isn't for an organisation. It is for individuals. I mean, it was devised.
But the thing is, a police officer is a group. Now, if I take a complaint against one police officer and he works with a group of police officers, obviously he goes in and he tells his mates. So then all his mates have a case, and every time they see you, then they're provoking you, annoying you, following you about. So if you're looking at one individual officer and not a force, so officers are passing the buck on to their friends and passing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how do you ever prove then?
Well, it is extremely hard because we have to prove.
Well, I have 2 upheld complaints and multiple officers disciplined, both from Ballycastle and Ballymully.
Yeah.
One was over the head of a heroin addict living with my child who was threatening me.
Yes.
Now, I carried on that bad. I rang you come down and done an investigation and found that the police were doing nothing about it. So he's upheld the complaint. The other one was about another chap, Kevin McCarry, he's upheld that. I've also had 2 informal resolutions with the last 2 sergeants. The one before him, Brian Hume, who told me that he'd put word around and the harassment would stop.
Yes.
Then the other sergeant rang me recently about an informal resolution.
Yeah.
And on the phone he told me that another individual, Kevin Sean McCarry, was getting people to make the nuisance calls, which was an indirect lie.
Yes.
Right, it wasn't Kevin McCarry. They involved my name in a court case that I had nothing to do with. And the individuals in that court case got my name. And then they started making nuisance calls, threatening me for kidnap, threatening to take me away. I had to leave the country.
Yeah.
Now I reported out nuisance calls. So there's a sergeant has lied to me on a phone in the middle of trying to give me an informal resolution.
Yes.
So, what part of that then conversation was true? Or is that him just ringing up to tell me shit?
I don't know.
You know, because he could have set me off. Now I'm an ex-boxer and I've mental health issues, ADHD.
Yeah.
And they know I can handle myself.
Yes.
And they know I've had an ongoing issue now as years with Kevin Sean McCarry, who have took to court for trying to do a crash and one of them scams on
Yes.
me. Right, he also,
Yeah.
at a petrol station, come out with a key in his hand in there and tried to stab me in the face.
Yeah.
In front of the cameras. And I stood there because I wasn't getting involved in it, and I rang the police. And they messed about that court case, they messed about witnesses in the court case. Now, how do you find patterns and trends if you don't start looking at this collectively?
Well,
Because I'll tell you who it was. Brian Dougherty used to work for you.
yes. He did,
Brian
yes.
Dougherty was on the phone
Yes.
with me after I made a complaint about Mr. Moffat hanging up with me numerous times, refusing to talk to me properly. And I made a complaint. Mr. Moffat hung up and I rang back and I said, "You're hanging up on a person with mental health issues, could you put me on to somebody in charge?" Brian Dougherty came onto the phone and he told me he would oversee all these
Yeah.
and take a look through them
Yeah.
for patterns and trends. And I never heard back from Brian Dougherty, and then he retired. So my case has been
It's been pushed.
it's been
around.
pushed around and pushed around, and it's
Yeah.
different officers from your office that's down the whole time. Nobody wants to look at this collectively. But to patterns and trends, if I have 2 upheld complaints, 2 informal resolutions, I have been offered another informal resolution which they're investigating at the minute over the head of that other case with my name being my
Yes.
data protection.
Yes.
And then that week the police are on my case, stopped following me from up here down to, they haven't done it as one time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that not show some sort of pattern or trend? Because every time I ring the ombudsman, they start parking down there or driving up and down by this house.
Yeah.
So I went out that day and took pictures of them and reported them. Is that not a pattern and trend?
Well, the thing is we also have to take into consideration is that police officers are entitled to go on patrol.
But there's patrol. But at the end of the day, whenever they're going on patrol, sir, the minute they go into an area that they can, now they raided my work, right, under the Terrorism Act, looking for guns, ammunition and same types of stuff. Right. I've never been involved in paramilitary group or nothing like that in my life. There's not a background of that, or even violence. I've never had violence in my record. I have an access report here. And this is what I can't understand now. Where's my access report? I was sitting about. Right, there's an access. I've now got my access report for working with kids.
Yes.
So I've done my background check on here and down south, and
Yeah.
I've got my IABA certificate now for working with kids. So if the police were busting my work one time for for guns and stuff, the next time they're busting me for drugs. So they busted my work for guns and stuff, so my landlord would see that on a statement. That's harassment. They are putting false documentation out to cause me due stress and harassment. Now I showed that to my landlord, he laughed. He said, Brian, you caught me some minimum drugs. I says, I know. Did you read that? You take the sheds on. They're only trying to annoy you.
Yes.
Right, then they come down here and busted this house because they couldn't find any drugs. I was tilling the floor. They're writing a statement that my house was untidy because they said the check custody paperwork sitting. And then that went to the court. My house was busted. No drugs were found, but the house was untidy. And the judge looked at me and goes, that's pay. And I says, I know it is. It was the judge pulped me. He says, that's pay. The officer's writing that. I said, of course my house was untidy. They kicked the fucking door up the hall and the flower pot was kicked muck everywhere. They wrecked the house and then they wrecked on that the house was untidy because it was tiling the fucking kitchen. Not that they found anything.
Yes.
You know, so they've been down here, they've busted the front, the back, they've been all through the house, they've been in my work, they've been up at my mum's house, they've been at my friend's house. You know, they know where I live. They held my phone number. So what part of that is not harassment?
Well,
See, you won't look at this collectively.
I mean, I can only deal with the incident the other day.
Right, we'll get that down, that phone will sit down. I'm just asking these questions.
Yeah,
I'll tell
I
you
know,
why.
right, yes.
I'm building up a case here, look,
Yeah.
just to show you. I have all the ombudsman's reports, all the emails.
Yes.
I've been in touch with the victim support now, they'll be in touch with you. I've been in touch with a solicitor. I'm done, because at the end of the day, if that can't show you patterns and trends, you are looking past the main problem I have.
Yeah.
And my problem isn't just individual officers, it's a police force that's nilly-willy sending different people randomly to annoy, harass and destroy my mental health. Now, in 2000, and whenever I was 18 I got caught with 16 E's. Not a lorry though, 16 pills. And it was done for possession with intent to supply. And in 2000 and something I was caught with 2 ounces of speed and I was an addict. Which I went to rehab, I've 4.5 years counselling done. Right? I've a business now, I train 55 courses. So in the last 10 years I've built up my life, a business, courses, and I've won my children back.
Yes.
And in the whole time the police, they targeted me, pulling me in, stopping, parents' houses, my friends' houses, and every time I speak to the ombudsman they tell me they're looking for patterns and trends. And I keep asking, well, what is patterns and trends? Well, we look at individual officers.
Yeah.
But it's not solving the problem. Your office, to me, the setup is wrong. Because you should be looking at, if somebody has 20 complaints and 5 of them's upheld, obviously there's something there.
Well, you're doing the right thing. You're keeping all your paperwork.
I'm about to go, the Sunday Word wants it.
The
The Sunday Word has asked me and offered me money, and the problem is I have children and I don't want every assault to go out. Heroin addicts. You remember BBP in England? The
Yes.
child that died. Well, I was living that with a heroin addict living with my kid, while Brian Hume was protecting Charlie Ward. Protecting him. Because the minute I went into the office and I told Brian Hume in front of the camera, you don't get your boy away from my kid, son, I'll chop his head clean off his shoulder. There's a police ombudsman report. Proves that you are protecting this man by Brian. And the same day I went down to social services in Coleraine and told them the same. And they said, we're ringing the police. I said, ring Brian Hume, just left him.
Yeah.
And the following week I got my kids back again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was fit to prove that there was police are looking after people and causing me distress.
Sure.
Now, patterns and trends, sir. At some point, you're going to have to look at my folder or divert it, whoever's in charge of you, to look at this for patterns and trends. There's too many police officers and there's too many complaints upheld for this just to be nilly-willy. You know, it's like a programme sitting there.
Yes, Brian. And I suppose the answer is you did like you are doing. You didn't know your stuff there. And Brian Dobson was dealing with before, and he then left our office. Now he was the director. So it needs to be someone.
And who's the director now?
It's Paul Holmes.
Paul Holmes, because they've refused to. Do you know what I was told on the phone from your office? There's nobody overseeing it. There's nobody overseeing your office recently. That's what they told me. Every time I ring and ask for somebody, they won't tell me who's in charge of the office. They'll only tell me who's in charge of a case.
Yeah.
You know, it was only whenever your man Moffat hung up on me and then somebody else was down here and I complained again.
Yes.
You know, and then they started sending down 2 officers at a time for whatever reason. Well, I'm trying to get life sorted out, not go mad and beat up somebody in the house. For fuck's sake.
I know. Right, I mean, all I can look at in this incident, Brian, is just, you know, as you said, you was driving your son back to his house.
We were down here That day, the day you have the time and all, I can't even, I'm not good with because of ADHD and post-traumatic stress syndrome and severe depression.
Yeah, sure.
Which, the minute we all this going on, sir,
Yeah.
I can't get settled.
I think you said it was around about 12 o'clock.
Well, I have it recorded anyway. I'd left here, me and my son was down here at the house, and we left here, and what way did you come? Did you come through Ballycastle then?
Yes.
You came the way.
Christendale Road and then
Aye,
Hunters.
and through town, right.
Yeah.
Right, well I left here and drove the whole way up, and I got to Hunters, and I got a
Yes.
flash. Somebody flashed at me to warn
Yeah.
me, this is they do up here. They ring and tell me when the police is about.
Because they do speed checks up there.
Well, no, they don't. I've never been stopped up there. There's no one I have ever. They don't do speed checks up there, sir.
Right.
They haven't done. I've been up here 6 years, and they haven't done a speed check up
On
there
that
ever.
Christendale Road?
Nope.
No.
Nope. I'm up here. I'm better still straight opposite the car park. They have one of the signs, the electronic boy, to tell you you're going too fast. They don't have to do speed checks there. So whatever officer will tell you you're up there doing speed checks is telling lies. Whenever you go up the day, look you for the sign at the school.
Yeah, but that sign doesn't. If you're going over the speed limit, it doesn't.
It warns you. But why
Yeah,
would
that's
why would
what-
an officer set opposite a speed sign that's warning you as you're coming in? Because the minute you come, you're within the distance, it warns you. And it gives you the time to slow down. Would you start, and police weren't out with speed on that day,
Yes,
sir.
the thing is, Brian.
They were sitting in that car park, right?
Is people could see the sign and they would go, oh, there's no police around anyway. So I will do 50.
No.
I don't care if that warning sign says I'm doing it.
Sir.
But anyway, so yeah, so I got the date here. So I'll write it down really.
Well, the point of the thing is, when I come up there, I get a signal to say the police were about. When I come up by that car park, no, the car park up there I'm talking about.
Yes.
As I come by the car park, I seen the police car in the car park.
Yeah.
And as I come along, they see me and they come up to the end of the car park. The minute they see me in my Jeep, and it's sign right, a BAMM's right up the side of it, so they know who it is.
Yeah.
They come out in behind me, right? And I go up, we got past the 30, and I sped up and they come up tight to me.
Mhm.
Then they slowed back.
Yeah.
Then they come up again. Then they slowed back, and my dad says, or the young boy says to me, Dad, the police. I says, I know, son, I can see them. He says, what they are? I said, I think we're going to get pulled, son.
Yeah.
Right? So we carried on in that road, and they kept coming up close, and then slowing away down. He goes, what they are? I said, son, they're just annoying me, never worry, we're not going to get pulled.
Yeah.
That's the words I said to him. And as we come in close to the town, I looked down, I said, Geordie, son, I asked you to record them, please. And he was hesitant because he didn't want to get involved. He's a young boy. And he doesn't want the police doing on him what they're doing on me.
Yeah.
Right? Because he knows what they're doing on me. The family and everybody. I've been kept away from my wains over the head of the police.
Yeah.
Doing things. And then now that I've proved it and I went to the guards, there's 2 upheld complaints, 2 informal resolution. You know, the police are at me and they're going, either we believe you now.
Yes.
So they followed me on that whole road. Back and forward, slowing down, coming up, slowing down. Now, that there, why would you do that in a car not unless you're trying to provoke or annoy somebody? Would you do it in anybody else up and down the road? Would you drive up quick to get behind them and then slow down? And I kept my speed consistent because I didn't want to break the speed limit and I sat just below it.
Yeah.
Why it's in the clock, not to give them an excuse. So up behind me, slow down, up behind me. Then as we come down and I get the son to finally start recording them.
Yeah.
So they done it the whole way up the town to the young boy. The car got up behind him and they seen the phone
Yeah.
and the mirror. And then the car goes away back, sir.
Aye.
So no, they're harassing me, annoying me and provoking me.
Right.
And they've been doing it. They've been down around my
Yeah.
house.
Well, let's see what we can do.
Obviously, if they were up there doing speed checks, they're bound to get caught someday.
I don't know.
Well, tell them to prove it. You're the ombudsman, you can ask these questions, I can't. So if they're up there doing speed checks, ask them to prove how many checks they done on that car park or that bit of the road that day. Because if they never done any speed checks or never stopped on anybody or done anything at all, tax, MOT,
Yeah.
then they're sitting up there for a purpose to annoy me coming out through and follow me into the town because I have complained to the ombudsman again.
But how are they? But how? So are you?
Well, here's one for you.
Yeah, but
Every time I've rang.
Right. Are you suggesting then that the police officers then come on duty and then go, you know what, I'm going to sit at Hunter's Bar and wait until Brian Nolan comes round?
So I'm up and down this road all the time. So it's not the fact they have to sit.
And that's
I
all
live
they're
here.
going to do?
No, it's not all they have to do, sir. Like, you know, there's certain days and certain times, you know.
But this is what I'm going to be faced with.
Well, what about sitting down there, looking at my house?
I can't do, Brian,
You know,
that's
right.
a different incident. I can only deal with this incident.
Why did they pick me then to fully and drive up and down in and out of the car park? You know, do they stop up there every now and again hoping I get by and then follow me down, sir?
Yeah.
Like, why pick my Jeep with my name on it after I've rang the ombudsman? Now, I have had complaints in with this ombudsman's office about 20 times.
Yeah.
Right, and whenever the police don't do it and I finally make a complaint to your office,
Yeah.
right, the police are out that day, usually stopping the candidates or doing something about the court case. They wait till I contact your office and make a complaint.
Yeah.
I've already complained that to you. So they know when I'm complaining, they know what's going on. So yeah, the minute I start complaining to the police ombudsman's office, the police are either down around my house more or they're up and down my road more and provoking me. Now they're not pulling me in and stopping me as past while, and I've been letting them away with it. And when the times they've come out the road as well, stuck tight to my ass and then went on and I just laughed about it.
Sure. What vehicle were you in?
I was in my Jeep.
What Jeep is it?
It's a Land Rover Freelander. T66 BMM's number plate, so they can't say they don't know it. It says BMM training all over it, sir.
Yeah.
I got a screwdriver and a fuse away. Now, it's all happening around the time I ring the ombudsman every time. You know.
Mm-hmm.
If that's not obvious to you, because I keep complaining to you, and then after I have to complain every time that the police are now on my case, they're following me about, or they're down at my house, or usually looking for patterns and trends. You know, that to me, that's more than a pattern and trend. It's been happening 10, 11 years.
You're taking your son back to his house?
I was taking my son back into the town yet. The minute I drove past that car park, the police came straight out. Now I've made it on record before, so when I complain they're trying to isolate me, keep me away from friends and all the rest.
Yeah.
That's what they're at. I'm down here now, I stay away from everybody.
Yes.
I don't go to friends' houses because the police have landed there. They've called to their houses looking for me, you know. So patterns and trends, it's still going on, they're still following me about. But then you just, when you look at the individual cases, you don't look through them all. And to me, I don't know how that system can work at all.
Well, someone else needs to take it out and have a review and look at it all.
Oh, well, I'm going to. I'll be in with the victim support.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm going to ask them at the end of the day. All my conversations where everybody's recorded anyway, so I can prove everything that's been said and talked about for my own protection and for them, and to stop people lying or changing what they've said to me. So it doesn't matter. I've been doing it in the background all.
Yes. Was it a marked police car or unmarked?
Yep, marked. Try sent down, I've seen you recording of it.
You did, yes.
What did I want? Frick, did I pull out my screwdriver? What's that one? And it's really not worth taxpayers' money, is all this bother. Use them, all the complaints, the calling down, the amount of money they spend to harass me over the head of what, £200 worth of drugs in my lifetime. They're about to make hundreds of thousands of pounds by the time all the searches, the searches of the house, searches of work, calling out to my friends' houses. I just can't go over it. There's people in Ballymoney shooting people's legs every weekend. They know exactly who it is. It's the UDA, they know the members. And what happens? The police go out here harassing a fucking chap over the head of £200 worth of drugs that they got caught with 10 years ago. No, sir, it doesn't figure.
I mean, you know there's no CCTV along there.
There is at Hunters, but there's none on the road.
From Hunters to the even into Hyde Castle, so...
Well, there's a win of them local houses now I have to check and see.
Yeah.
Because there's a win of the farms and the people that live down that road.
But if you're... And I'm not suggesting that the police vehicle was not following you. It's the manner of that it was following you. So only your CCTV is only going to get a picture of a couple of seconds, so it's not going to show.
No, but it happened the whole way down the road to my son and got the phone, and I know only shows a bit of it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, they followed me from that car park, so now you know the distance that they've took.
Yes.
So there's so many other roads that they could have went. They could have went the other way. Why did they pick to go and follow me into the town? And why then, whenever they seen the camera, does the car slow away back down again? That's what shows you in the phone. My son puts it up to the mirror. Yeah. The police car sees
But it does show also, Brian, is that you are going over the ramp along Ann Street at that junction. So that would naturally cause you to slow down, and the other car naturally to come closer.
Sir. And then what about up the street whenever I pull out round past a car?
That's not on footage. Your footage only lasts 25 seconds.
The footage is from the street, up the street, sir. No, which you appropriately, because I'll tell you where it finishes. It finishes at Margaret Street corner.
It doesn't, Brian. It doesn't. You have a look at it then.
That's where the car drives off and we turn into the street. The son put the phone down, sir.
Brian, the footage is for a minute and 26 seconds or something like that. There's only 25 seconds of actually seeing in the wing mirror the vehicle behind. The rest of it, your son then has it down by his feet and in the footwear.
Because he's scared of the police.
Yeah, so I don't see anything else.
Well, that's what happened. I'll look through it tonight, and if I have to
you have a
mark bets on it and take stills, I will.
What it shows is when yes, the police vehicle does come closer, but when you look at it, that's at the point where you're having to go over the ramp.
I'll have to look at that because it's the bit I have it where they come up behind me and slow down or flying up behind me. I went out past the car coming up towards the traffic lights purposely, and there was a car coming, so that I knew the police couldn't, not unless they forcibly, and they forcibly come out around it, and at that point they come up my tail, and the young boy put up the camera and they pull it away back. He drops the camera then. And we come up to the marine or that corner, and that's where they leave us.
You have a look at the footage.
Right. I'll have a look at it, and if I have to record it and do a voiceover of the whole bit of the street, I'll do it, sir, because I'm not stopping when I'm here.
Sure. But as I said, it's only 25 seconds.
And then that's only 25 seconds this time. The last time I had pictures down here, you told me the last time that I would need to catch the police doing something again. Now, they followed me for that car park up and down my rear. Yeah. Right, I have a witness in the car. If I need my son to write a statement, he will.
I will need you.
Right. And he'll tell you the exact same that they followed me down the road, up and down to my rear, till I cracked up with my son and says, son, record it. I can't record them when I'm driving. Now, if you want to come out to my car, I told you I was going to do something. Now, it's a bad job I have to live with this.
Yes.
I've told you I had the cameras up. The house is stopped and coming down here. Yeah. There's the cameras there. And now they've stopped coming down here. So everything I report to you is everything I won't do. Yes. And then you tell me you can't look at it collectively because it's individual cases, which is a joke. How do you catch officers out then? So they can arrest somebody as long as they send different officers always to my door or to follow me about. As long as the sergeant in the office, after telling me lies on the phone, your man Black, as long as he sends different officers out here every time, which they've been doing, so they're a police force, they know what to do. So you're telling me you can't look at it collectively, you can only look at it singly, which can never prove then. You know, it would have to be one officer specifically, you know, going out his way to do all this. You know, my point is, it's not one officer. I've had multiple complaints and they're passing a bucket through the office. When my casework is in for any file at all, check you timescales. And any complaint I've ever made to the police.
Yes.
Right, if a complaint is made against me, the police are out here within seconds, minutes. Down to this house, my friend's house, my family's house, everybody. Guns out, trying to arrest me. I've never had a violent crime in my life.
Yeah.
If I make a complaint to the police about anything, it's at least 2 months before they even go and see a witness or go and see anybody, sir. And you tell me that's not wrong.
Yeah.
And there's no pattern, there's no... Right, that's funny. No, to me it's all patterns and trends. You know, Are you fit to ask whenever you go up to the office if somebody's overseeing what Brian Dockery was supposed to do for me? Are you allowed to do that when you go back to the office?
It's managers above me, you know. You need to either email in or write in.
Sir, I have emailed in and they've refused to take my emails as any form of writing. Well, right, and I've told them I'm dyslexic, so I can't write a letter. So I'll show you my laptop now if you want to see the amount of emails I sent that they have refused to take from me.
and they've shut down cases because of me sending emails and I've refused to take them. And I've actually sent them an email and rang them up asking them, why have you a complaint email address if you do not accept emails as complaints?
Yeah, but Brian, but you know, I accepted your email, didn't I?
You did now. You did.
Yeah,
That's
so-
the first one that's ever been accepted for me. The rest of them has told me they won't accept my emails. Mr. Moffat, Jane Graham, is it?
Yes.
Right. And them all. There's folders there, sir. I have emails backed up to print out from my solicitor where I've made complaints by emails because you asked me to write them.
Yeah.
And your office actually blocked my email address at the time because they kept bouncing back. I had to ring up and say why you blocked me. So then they said you're not blocked, and I went to my next email address and sent the two of them at the same time. And my other email address that you didn't have bounced and went through, and the one that I had, and I recorded it, and I says, why are you not taking my emails? Oh, here, I'll send it through another email address. Boom, and it went to the office. Oh, we can't accept emails as formal complaint, Brian. And I said, but why?
Well, if you're going to, is it going victim support, are you?
Aye.
Well, they can then help you out with.
Oh, they're
what
going,
you
hey,
do.
see, I've gave up, sir. I've gave up arguing with everybody. I've had the housing executive down here today. I'm just done with it. So I rang victim support's been on touch with me a load of times. I didn't actually think of using them. Yeah, I have an appointment, let me see. Well, next week. With victim support. Messages. Victim support NI. We have an appointment made on the 5th of the 10th, 2018 at 10 o'clock, Coleraine Courthouse. Oh, they'll be getting everything. I'll be asking them then to ask you the questions that I've asked you today, and then I'm going to ask them how can you look for patterns and trends. It's like a double dump. There's no answer to that question. There's no plug. Right, yous. There's not cameras in the police cars.
Not all of them, no. Yeah.
Is there any precedence for many complaints, like, you know?
Any what?
Is there like a precedence, you know, for complaints against the police? Like, is there a set amount, once you get a set amount against the police, is there anything I can do? Like, can I take them to court? Can I do anything on them? Like, I have 2 upheld complaints, 2 informal resolutions was offered, another formal resolution. They class me as a criminal. How can a criminal get these? You know, is there a set level once the police go by that? Can I then pinpoint and say, look, I've so many upheld complaints, you know, is there a system? Who do is there somebody above the ombudsman?
Well, you have to sort of think of is you take civil action against the police for defamation of character. Well, that's a civil action. You know, harassment does have exclusions in relation to where it's not harassment. One of them is law enforcement.
Oh, if I was out doing something wrong or causing bother, they were sent out here for me causing something. I understand that. And I've held my hands up in life. Like, if I do something wrong, I go and say, I sent that message, and I tell them the reason I sent it. I don't stand in a line and make excuses. You know, so, like, you know, there has to be a breaking point.
Yes.
You know. Like,
where was it when you turned off? Did you say Margaret Street you turned off into?
I turned up, I think it's the side of the Boyd Arms is the best way to explain it, where you go up the main street, the Diamond, the Diamond there. I turn up the road to the right.
Yeah.
Right, to head up Margaret Street. I'm not sure if that whole thing is... Roshan, is that whole street from the Boyd Arms up Margaret Street? Is that whole thing from that part? I turn up Margaret Street, that's where they broke away from me, then at Margaret Street.
The police car just carried on.
Aye. Now, the police came behind me loads of times, sir, but they didn't drive up behind me, slow down, drive up behind me. They never came behind me and followed me all out the road at a steady pace and went a different way, and I've never said nothing about it.
Yeah.
Right. Or, you know what I mean, they've went and drove past me at times. I don't ring up the ombudsman every time the police cars are behind me or whatever. But when they do make a point of coming up in the rear as if they're going to bust me, and you're waiting on the lights coming on and then they slow down, and then you look again, you know, when other people's noticing that it's affecting the children and stuff. You know, my child then goes home and tells his ma, the police is following me up and down the fucking road. The wind's not look back in the vehicle with me for a while again. Yeah.
How was your son?
My son's 20 now. But he goes home and tells his ma, and his ma's fucking, me and her doesn't go on. She's ready. I had to take the girl to court to see my children.
Yeah.
You know, and every time I approve myself, then next time something happens with the police. And she believes the police. They're the law. So if the police were on my case, obviously I'm doing something wrong. So obviously I don't deserve to get my children for a while again.
Yeah.
You know, and this has been back and forward, and I've explained it to you, I've explained it to the court, and I've also gave off to the police themselves about doing it. And it's like I said to you, sir, there's a hard drive in there, so I have 16 cameras around this house. I've told the police, I've told the ombudsman, instead of busting this house, if they come down and knock that door, I'll let them come in there with a hard drive and take it.
Yes.
Take the whole thing with them, and then go and prove that there's nobody come near my house but me, my kids, and maybe my partner there now and again. And it's not all the time.
Yeah.
You know, when they were down here and searched my house, my neighbours told them there's 10 people comes here a year. 10 people. And that's twice my neighbours have told the police out at that fucking door that there's nobody coming to this house, I'm doing nothing wrong. Right? But yet they'll still come down and kick in the door and go out there and badmouth me to my neighbours. Oh, you know, he was involved in drugs. And they're going, we know all about him. We know he was in jail, we know he was in a mental home, we know he's done counselling, we know he runs a business. Because I've taught their son.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the young boys been in here, the family's about, they see who comes and goes, and they've told the police, if I sell one bit of drugs or they think I'm selling drugs at this, they'll ring the police on me.
Yes.
They'll do it.
Yeah.
And that's their right. And I won't even have a bother with that. So the police have no business, sir. And they can make whatever excuses and say I done something in 2006. I got caught with 2 ounces of the worst speed. It was 8% speed, 6% was it? Speed. 2 ounces of it. It wasn't a fucking lorry. So all this campaign, sir, is definitely personal.
Do you want me to read this out to you?
Yeah.
Right, so I've got here this the 24th of September 2018. I am the above named person. On the 30th of August 2018, about lunchtime, I left my house in my vehicle, a Land Rover Freelander. Also in the vehicle was my son. I was taking my son back to his house in Ballycastle. I drove along Tor Road. At the junction of Cushendall Road, I turned right towards Ballycastle. The junction was at Hunter's Bar. As I turned onto Cushendall Road, I noticed a marked police car pull out of the Bars car park and was behind me. The police car followed me for the entire journey into Ballycastle. The police vehicle moved closer to my vehicle and then backed off. During this, I never went over the speed limit and maintained a constant speed. My son even asked me what the police were up to. I told him it was the police trying to harass and annoy me. This is because I have put a lot of complaints in and the police are harassing me. At Ballycastle, I turned left at the roundabout towards the town centre. The police vehicle followed.
I turned what, left?
Yeah.
No, right. You turn right up the Market Street at the Diamond. It's
Oh,
not
no,
right
no,
there.
this is when you've got a push.
Oh, sorry, the bottom of the town.
Yeah.
Oh, aye.
As the police vehicle kept coming closer and moving away, I got my son to record on his mobile phone footage of the way the police vehicle was driving. I have sent this to the police ombudsman. At the Diamond, I turned right up Margaret Street. The police car went straight on. My complaint is the actions of the police was a deliberate attempt to harass me. Anything else?
Well, it's mental harassment, sir. It's mental torture. It's driving.
Yeah.
I have ADHD and mental health issues, and it's well documented.
Yeah.
The police and everybody know I have.
Yeah.
So they're playing with my mental health is what they're doing. It's
Yes.
intimidation. Like,
Yeah.
you know, not just harassment. It's intimidation. It's provoking. It's annoying. You know, and what they're trying to do, provoke a response. You know, and then lying to me, a sergeant lying to me on the phone, like. Like, I can't go over that at all, Sergeant Black, telling me that somebody else, Kevin McCurry, and that's because they let my information slip to bad boys in Belfast. So then they let my guard be down because I thought it was only Kevin.
Yeah.
And I know the man now 20 odd years and I know he's a fucking asshole. So I know he'd not be near my house or whatever, he would try stupid stunts with people watching, but he won't be balls enough to do anything else. You know, and they blame him.
Yes.
And for me to find out that it wasn't that individual at all.
Yeah.
You know, so the police are lying to me over phone calls, they're blaming other people. You know, that's provoking.
Is there anything else you want to miss, Brian?
I've made up, I've had more complaints, I've put in complaints before about this harassment. You know, I want that logged, that I've complained about them being down around my house, I've took pictures before, I've complained 3 or 4 times about harassment, you know, about them being at my friends' houses, about them calling me at my mum's house, about being up at my mum's house with guns looking for me, you know, and it's harassment, they're harassing my friends, they're harassing my family, and it's been going on now since 2000, whatever, 10 was it? No, it's even before that. And I've been complaining every year, nearly, to the police about this harassment. You know, and I believe after 10 years and running a business that there's no need for this shit. They try to drive me to kill me, so that's, you know, they try to drive me because they know I've committed suicide twice. It's on my records, all this shit, like. So they know all this. So why would they keep going to try and mentally break somebody?
Yeah.
You know. And sir, I have the upheld, and I want you to put that down, I have 2 upheld complaints, 2 informal resolutions already. And I've another informal resolution offered, which I turned it down to get a case. Because I believe my data was gave to possible paramilitaries in Belfast. My name. And they have been caught making nuisance calls, so it's all provable. And I believe that was the police passed my name to them to get me harassed and annoyed, to cause more distress and more hassle. I believe they done that on purpose, they added my name to it. Knowing that these boys would be in touch with me, knowing that people would be ringing and I wouldn't be sleeping or eating, that my mental state would go and possibly end up back in the drugs. So I believe they're provoking me in life just to throw me over the edge and the hope that I go back onto drugs and spoil everything I've built. There's a wee letter, sir. I want you to get them before you go, and you can take a copy of them when you give to your office and the people in it, so they sort of got a bit of background of me. And then they'll realise to what extreme I'm going to go here shortly. Now, that one there's a letter from the prison service. That one's from the contact centre. When my son was down staying with me here, my son has moved back to his mother's.
Yeah.
Full time. So I've lost my son over the head of this shit.
Yeah.
I can prove my daughter was kept away. Ellie has been kept away me because of all the police harassment, not because of my past. I've beat the past. The courts are allowed me to have my children anytime, any place, anywhere. And now my children's being kept away from me because the police won't leave me alone.
Yes, yes.
Now, that there is the contact centre. I was sent to the contact centre with my children. I then go back and I end up teaching at the contact centre. Right, I'm such a bad man. The police are harassing the life out of me and I'm worth all less money than the police are saying. And there's what I'm doing. I'm working with the prisoners, making wee DVDs for the jails. The governor sent me there. I'm working at the contact centre. So I've helped them go on to get my licences. That's what I teach, sir. So just show your office as an understanding of what I've done the last 10 years.
Yes.
While the police were harassing me. There's 55 courses I teach there.
Yes.
In 2006, when I got caught with drugs, I had nothing. I went to prison, I come out and I used the act rule. And I opened a wee business off the back of it. And now I teach 55 courses. So you tell me where I got all this time for the police to be harassing.
I know, yes, yes.
You know, if your office to be up there and having a picture in there ahead of me, you know, that's not the picture your office has.
No,
it's whatever has been made out in the past. So I've done everything I need to do to prove myself with the courts, with the jails.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yes.
I'm helping prisoners and with my work.
Yeah.
There's no need for this here with the police.
Ah.
And the only reason that can be put to all this harassment, sir, is the upheld complaints because I've beat them a few times and they won't let it go.
Yeah. So what I put here, added on a little bit there what you were saying, so I put my complaint is the actions of the police was a deliberate attempt to harass me. This was intimidation. The police were only trying to get a reaction out of me. I have put in other complaints to the police ombudsman, for instance, where police have been harassing me, and this is another example. I have 2 upheld complaints and 2 resolved in formal resolutions, which shows the police are harassing me. Police are aware of my mental health issues and are using this tactic to harass me.
Try to drive me over the edge.
Is there anything else you want?
No, that's everything, sir.
Okay.
They're trying to drive me over the edge, I'm mentally. Or to get me to jump out and say something to them, to give them an excuse to harass me. Knowing that I've ADHD and I can't respond not too well.
Yeah.
Well, good job, I've done 4.5 years counselling, hasn't it? Now I've rang your office and asked about Brian Young. I've also rang up again and asked if has anybody else took over my case. I've never received nothing back. I think it's a joke. Now, as I told you earlier, I record all this that goes on in my house and everything that happens. So all this is going to victim support next week. They'll get the recording of the last ombudsman's report where the woman looked out that window and at that time the ground was going good. And I'd sit here with the helicopter. He's bluffed me and told me a helicopter couldn't fly level with this house. Man, I'm living in a mountain.
Yes, you do, yes.
Just even look at that. Hello? Hello? Hold on here, George. Yeah. You didn't even come out and take a report for that. You told me it couldn't happen. The helicopter came over that shed, sir, and nearly clipped that wee shed there and directly on level with this house. And your officers told me it couldn't happen. I've even recorded the last person and asked him to stand up there and look out my window, and she refused to do it. The 2 women in here refused point blankly to look out my window. And I said, I just want you to go up to the office and explain to whoever it was in the office that day that rubbished my report, told me that I'm bad in the head or whatever it was. I says that a helicopter can fly level with my windows. I can.
Look, you can easily, yes.
Because I live in a mountain. And that's what I said to him, could you not come out and see where I live? Google it. Brian, a helicopter couldn't go level with your window. I couldn't go level with my window hit the ground. That's what I was told for your office on the phone. And they never even come out and make a report about that. I was just bluffed off, sir. Now, they've stopped parking down there. And see whenever they park down there, sir. Look you down. Every car that parks down there points that way. Where would you park? You would point facing the scenery.
Oh, you would do, yes.
Well, every police car, unmarked police car comes up and sits at that gate. See the gate down there, that wee car park? And points up here. And I have a big telescope down there. I pulled out one day at the cops, and they were sitting down there in an unmarked car looking at me. And I pulled out the telescope and I stopped. And your man put down the head, he looked at the other boy and handed him the binoculars. And he brought up the binoculars, we were working at the shed. And my mates were all standing laughing at me, going, you're crazy. And I was, look. And the minute I done that, they drove out around there and we walked up, they drove up by here. Then the next time the marked car landed down, the same spot and done the same, and I pictured it. And then I got mad and I put 16 cameras up around the house. And I rang the police and I rang using told you was doing it.
Yes.
Why would I hate to go through all that sort
I
of if the
know,
police
yes.
aren't harassing me?
Yes, that's the thing. That's the thing. Right, do you want to sign this then,
Aye.
Brian?
And I've also put on that I've put now cameras in my car due to all this.
Yeah, just need signature there for us. Just at the top up there as well. Could you just put your initials above that, or cross that out? Just after the last word, so nothing else can be added. And then just your initial just there as well. It just shows that you were aware that there was something going on.
I've been here, sir. Look at that there. I've made these reports.
Yes.
Yeah, and when my writing's bad, I'm sure you can tell that there's a letter sent up to easy to see it. And I have been stopped out in the car, you know.
Yeah.
I've come out round the main corner and officers standing in the road.
Yeah.
But they were there.
Mm-hmm.
So I pulled up alongside them, spoke to them, how are you, Brian? And away they let me go. I didn't ring the ombudsman to make a complaint of that.
No.
No, because the police were there. They were there
Yes.
before I arrived. You know what I mean? And if I'd have driven out for that car park, sir, and they hadn't followed me or left it a minute or two, and hadn't they come up and done my rear, I wouldn't have been on the phone with you. I'd have caught that as just, I drove by and the police were there. But the fact that the minute they seen me coming like that, they come out to the car park, and then come out behind me, and then
Yes. Yeah. Well, what's your son's contact details? What's
Jordan
his-
McMillan.
Aye. Have you got a telephone number for him or an
I'll
address?
get him to ring you up at the office and get an appointment made with you. I don't like being at the number to anybody in case anybody gets the documents. He lives at Scally Park, but he was staying down here with me.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can hear him on it. He'll definitely make a statement. I'll get him to make a statement. It's just I don't want the police harassing the weekly.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
if that starts saying his man is mad at me and blames me for everything again, sir.
Well, you've got my. You,
I have your phone number and that there. I'll get my son to get the how you. It's alright for him to ring you on that.
oh, yeah.
He's a decent young fella.
Yes,
He's 9
yes.
GCSEs. He's never been in baller, sir.
Oh,
So
that's no problem, yeah.
he's a gentleman, to be honest with you. He's working there as a plumber. There's never no baller with a kid.
Yes.
He's just not like his father.
I'll speak to him and I'll make arrangements to.
Have a chat with him.
Yeah.
Well, he's good at writing and stuff, so he can
Yes.
write you out a letter
Yeah.
or whatever and sign it and stuff and
Sure,
get it
yeah.
brought to you.
Yes.
It's just I was hoping with the background, the fact that I've had complaints
Oh,
before,
I know, yes.
that it would all, you would sort of look at it and see,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, I'll identify who the officers were in the vehicle.
and find
I'll
out
do-
if any of them, I have had a complaint upheld against any of them before.
I'll do checks that way to find if they are linked to any of your previous complaints.
Or fucking close with any of the officers as sir, because I believe this is just a pattern and they're just, they know how to work these. Huh? They know the pattern of the ombudsman, sure you're telling me.
Yes.
We can only look at individual cases and we
Yes.
can't look, well then they know that, so they know not to keep the same officer doing something and somebody there.
Yeah.
So, you know, and to me, for the sergeant to be lying to me on the phone, it just proves this is up as far as him.
Yeah.
Because he accused somebody else in the wrong, and you can go and look, there's a complaint in at the minute about data protection and about him giving me Kevin McCurry's name. Now, I hate Kevin McCurry. I hate the man for what he's done on me, and he's told lies, bad lies on me, and has caused a lot of problems in my life. And for them to do that, knowing that there's this beef between me and him, and he's already tried to stab me in the face,
Yes.
and to implicate him in a crime that the chap had nothing to do with, you know, that is bad.
Yes.
It's bad juju. For a
Yes.
sergeant to be telling me somebody else gave the boys my number to get them to maliciously ring me and had nothing to do with that, to do with a court case I had no involvement in. And it was the PPS.
Yes.
That's how I found out
Yes.
this. The PPS rang me.
But that's wrong.
Well,
Yeah.
it is wrong, sir, and that's the investigation that's going on at the
Yes.
minute. So how you can't look at this here, what's going on, the fact that a sergeant has lied to me and blamed somebody else to try and get me to go and cause bother. This all shows that they're trying to provoke me or cause problems in my life, but you won't look at it all collectively.
Yes. Yeah. Victim support will help you out.
Well, they will, or Sunday
they-
Word will be the next option,
They
sir.
can articulate down into.
You know what I mean? You see, I'm building up a portfolio.
Yes.
My phone always records everything that's happens in my house. So
Yeah.
now I can go to the I can go to victim support, and I can go to the police or the papers with it all,
Yeah.
and I can say to them, you know, talk to the
Yeah.
ombudsman, talk to the police, talk to these. I want to know what's going on here.
Yes.
And after 5 complaints, I think there's not too many people in Northern Ireland. Is that number, is there?
No, it's not. No.
So I'm breaking a precedence myself.
Oh yes. Yeah. So, but as I say, go victim support. They'll help you out. Right.
Oh, and that person's name who's in charge?
is Paul Holmes.
Paul Holmes. Write down Paul Holmes for me, Pat. Because that's who I'm my target the newest.
Yeah. But the way, the only advice I would give you is the way
I'll use victim support to get the hell
they'll write it down.
Look at how I asked him about Brian Doherty and about them hanging up on me and about them blocking my number and not receiving my emails. They're in for some questions here. And you know them there, look, I'll show you my phone, I can show you the date and the time. I have an appointment made with victim support. So you can refer this to the office that I'm not backing off. And if you don't look at all my complaints in general, well, victim support, well, we have an appointment made with victim support NI, Korean Courthouse. So I have it all set up. So I'm going that way, sir. I'm not letting this go. The police can't get away with this. I've not done enough crime and been bad enough in life to merit 10 years of the police busting, calling at my house, calling at my work, and for me not to be doing nothing for so long and running a business and the child contact and stuff. They've seen all this. This stuff has been out on my table. They've seen my accounts. They know I'm working. You know what I mean? So they know that there's money coming in, how it's coming in. They know everything about me. They hope this house. They found my court paperwork. They set it all out the last time. I made a report about that. Why they were down and set out my paperwork, my accounts, and set out my child custody stuff. They sat and read through all my stuff. They barely even searched this house the last time. They were more interested in my paperwork. So they rifled my paperwork, said it, and then they got, well, shit, man, this working. Look, there's money there, money there. You can see the invoices being separated. They weren't even in the house for 10 minutes. They found the shit that they needed. They looked through and realised I had been working and they walked out and went back. So I didn't merit the hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of shit or this.
No, it's the way it goes.
Huh?
Right, well, I'll be in contact with
Thank
you.
you.
We get your son to give us a phone.
I will definitely, sir.
Alright, then.
I'll get him to do up a statement and we'll get her to you and we'll give you a ring.
Yes. No problem, right.
Here, thanks for calling out, sir.
Alright.
Have a nice day, nice journey.
Cheers, yes.
Where are you for now? Back up to Belfast?
No, Magnus now.
Aye, you still have to go back that way then.
Yeah.
Because I was going to tell you, if you're going to Belfast, that's a lovely road that way. Aye, pushing down, it's all coastal. The whole way up through. Huh? Here, you maybe be back down with me. Right, see you later, sir. Have a nice day, bye bye.